YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Shooter Straight Podcast. I'm your co-host, Zach.
And I'm Blue.
Welcome back to episode 13. Like I said, we've been working on a lot of projects behind the scenes, and we got a big episode here planned for you. First of all, thanks everyone for the previous support on all the previous episodes. We've been getting a lot of success in our reels and clips and everything like that, so we just want to thank everyone for the continued support. And we're going to continue to grind, and we're going to continue to keep moving forward and bringing out good content.
Exactly. And again, we appreciate all the reels. One of our biggest reels just hit 35,000, and we're going to keep continuing to grow from here.
So obviously, we have our first interview today. We have welcome our special guest. We got Ibrahim Famouke Doumbia.
Yes, sir.
Cal St Fullerton forward.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good to have you on the podcast.
Good to be here, brother.
So we just like to go straight into it.
Do it.
No beating around the bush here.
And for an interview, we want to start from the beginning.
Exactly. So I think we just want to start from the very beginning. Like, obviously, growing up, you were born in Mali.
Mali,
exactly.
West Africa.
And it was the capital of Mali you were born in, correct?
Bamako, exactly. Bamako, yeah.
Can you describe how that was like?
Mali's in West Africa. And, yeah, the capital is in the south side of Mali, basically, yeah. So, born there or growing up there, Mali is a tough place. You know? It's obviously Africa. I mean, Mali is a third world country, you know, very poor. But, you know, I grew up playing soccer, you know, and, yeah. You know, I started playing basketball, I started playing in 2012. That's when I started playing.
What age was that?
I was around 13.
13? So
I was going to say, how'd you get introduced
14.
to it?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, this is funny. So in Mali is when you're tall that you play basketball. So, you know, every kid, we all play, you know, soccer. You know, so I started getting taller, and then, you know, I used to go play soccer, and I wasn't good at it. And, you know, a guy saw me, he was like, hold on, man, yo, you tall, man, you need to go play basketball. You know, and, you know, from there I went to, you know, the basketball court outside, you know, street basketball. That's what we played there. So I went and, you know.
I bet it's real rough out there in street basketball.
Yeah.
Play rough.
Yeah, it's different, man. I always tell people, it's like, you know, I'm like, you know, I was meant to play street basketball, not real, you know, because it's different game, man. Like, it's completely different. It's not, and, you know, so that's what I did, yeah. I played there for like, for probably about 2 months, and then a guy saw me while playing. He saw that, oh, this kid is really athletic. He can jump. You know, and he run fast, and he was like, hey, man, you should go, you know, to a real club. And, you know, I went to one next to my house. Man, I didn't like it because it was structural basketball, and I didn't understand how that goes. So I was like, nah, this is not for me. I went back. Then, you know, later on, another coach came and saw me. He was like actually a coach for the national team, the 16 and under. And he saw me. He was like, "Yeah, come train with us." And I went there. That's how I went, you know. And everything was good for me, you know. I had a lot. You know, I'm still athletic. That's you know, that's what I offer. I tell people I came in America just because I know how to run and jump. Yeah. So that's from there. A guy named Tijan, you know, he saw me there, and decided to kind of like give me scholarship to come to America. My father didn't want me to come here because, you know, like they don't understand that whole thing of like, you know, like I was the first son. Like you want to keep your first son around because you want to give him all the education and all that stuff. So, you know, his friends had to tell him like, hey, you don't know what's gonna happen for him when he goes there. Like, you know, what he's gonna build, and you know, he might have your, like, you know, he's going to carry your legacy. Let him go. So he finally let me, you know, he was like, all right, go get the visa. And then, you know, I went, got the visa, came in, and, you know, here I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So can you just describe like the competition out there, like when that you were facing, like around that age? Like, how is the like when you go up to the street court? You know, how is the competition like?
Yeah, so I'm very competitive. Like, when I was there, I was not playing against guys that were like my age. Really, I was playing against older guys. But I always like that. This is the thing. Basketball is there, and basketball here is completely different.
Can you describe
Like it's
it?
like rough. Like it's like 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 it's not like not everybody is like talented, like gifted and stuff like that, but they play hard. That one thing you can know, like you will always get out of people is like they are gonna play hard. Like they will hit you and all that stuff. So me playing there, this is the thing, man. Like I say, my athleticism was at another level, so I was always able to like I would jump like I used to be able to. I'm so like I can jump really high, and then I ran fast and stuff like that, and I was really like just for me it was to me still it's more than basketball.
Yeah.
Like we play basketball, but like for me it's like what, it's like all the stuff that I was dealing with, I'm putting it all on basketball. Like I'm like trying to like beat you as fast. Like everything just it's a completely different game. It's like a rough. Like,
Did you know growing up that you knew that you had an opportunity to come to America and like you were pushing forward towards it, or?
Yeah, so this is the thing though. So I told my father, I told my father, I said, hey, I want to go to America, to study. And my father told me, he said, I don't have money to bring you to America, And from there, I was like, okay, how do I make money to go to America? So I was actually good at, I used to like jailbreak computers and I'm not computer PSPs and then like, PlayStation 2s and PlayStation 3s and stuff like that. So I made a lot of money off that. Like when I was really young, like really at 13, I was making money off that. And then, I was like, there's another way for me to do this. It's just basketball. So I was playing for the national team. That's what I was really competing on the national team. So I was like, I knew that was going to get us out. And actually, we were supposed to go to the African Cup in FIBA to play for Mali and Madagascar. The only reason we didn't go, bro, was because Mali didn't have enough fun.
Oh, wow.
So, I know you guys don't see these problems in America. The there is just like, even right now, Mali, the federation is going through like a big thing of like, not helping, not giving the player the money. Like they owe us a lot of money. I actually went to play for the Mali national team. Like this was in 2017, I believe. If it's not 2017, it's 2016. I don't know what like when. But we went to play in Rwanda. I don't know if you guys know where is that.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Kigali, Rwanda. So we went to play there, man. But that was 18 and under. Yeah, so I was in high school in Miami. I was supposed to play in Iwabia. At that time, I think I was ranked like top 30 in the country. And, I decided, so I didn't want to, I had a choice to either play in Iwabia, basically like the summer teams, or go back home and play for the national team. That playing here will have helped my draft stock a lot.
Yeah.
And I told myself, you know what? It's always bigger than basketball for me. I wanted to go back home. And I told myself, if my country called me, I will go and help my country because, that's more important for me than the NBA. And I went back home and played for the national team. So we went to Rwanda and we finished third. And I think I was like the best scorer or something. It was really cool, man.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
So I want to talk a little bit about the transition, like, because I saw you played for a few different high schools when you first transitioned.
Yeah,
one in Miami and then one in Texas.
Yeah, so actually when I first came here, I went to university. Sorry, I went to Texas. I went to a school called Trent International.
Yeah.
So that school was really cool. I went there, and the school got in trouble. I mean, there was a problem between the coach and basically the administration of the school, and they decided to just stop the basketball program. But at that time, man, I was loved by the the owner of the school. I think she was the president, Ms. Gaskem. So, she was like my grandma. Because when I came here 2 months, my grandma passed away, and everybody knew something changed in my life. And that lady knew that I didn't, I was going through some stuff. She kind of like just, took like, my grandma's spot. She gave me like, she always will bring me food and stuff like that. So she told my guardian, the guy that brought me here, hey man, I don't think can this kid stay with us here because we really like him. And then my guardian he told her like, oh no, he's not only here for school, he's here to play basketball. So from there, I transferred from that school to a school in Florida here in Jacksonville, called ACD, Arlington Country Day. That school was like top 10 in the country for high school basketball. We were number 1, like in all Florida. We actually have a friend that came here. His name is Brandon Francis.
Wow.
Supposed to go to he was supposed to be like, he was a prospect too. That school, it was full of prospect. But there was always a problem going to college because, the school, like, had some issue with the NCAA.
Recruiting violations and all that?
Like, because the players weren't really, like, going to school.
Oh,
basically.
yeah.
The school is shut down now,
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, but, we had, like, player that came to UF here. Brandon Francis, he stayed here for, I think, 2 years and then went to another school, Texas Tech. He played in the G League. He was a really good player. He's still playing in Europe right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So matter of fact, I went from that school, then I went to Miami, Miami Country Day. So Miami Country Day was really cool. Like, I liked it there. So, because, in high school, I mean, when I went to ACD, I got hurt for like, let's say like 10 to like 11 months. So I told myself, I don't think I could play like high school, like, level anymore. I was like, I'm hurt now. No coach is calling me. College, I mean, recruiting is funny, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny how you could go from like the top, like to the bottom, like, it's like the next guy, because I got hurt and I remember the coaches were calling my coach and, how is he doing? And my coach was like, shoot, I don't know if he's going to be athletic like he was before because he's like, he's really, the injury is bad and stuff like that. So I got discouraged a little bit and I told myself, you know what if basketball don't work out for me, what's going to happen? So I told my guardian, hey, man, let's find another school, So I went to visit Montverde. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah, they're really good school as well.
So I went to visit there and then went to visit IMG.
Really good one as well, yeah.
Yeah, so and I also went to visit a school called Sunrise Christian.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, so then I went to Miami, man. South Beach got me.
Yeah.
I don't blame you on that one.
Yeah, so they took me to South Beach, man. I looked at the place. I was like, you know what, nah, man. I'm coming here, man. Good school. Everything is cool. And then, there was a gym there. The gym that was there, all the professional trainers worked. I mean, basketball players go there. I get to play against them. So I just went there. I graduated from there. Yeah, that was my high school career.
So I wanted to just ask about like the coaching level because, like, I know a lot of people always say that the coaching in America is so much better than other countries, and obviously you've gotten the opportunity to kind of
course,
by both. So do you feel like that the coaching level is a big difference?
Nah, America is number one for sure. Here you get to learn like basketball, but it's different. Like, now you have to I give you an example. Like Europe is more of a fundamental. Like, it's like they teach you, like, how to play basketball like together and stuff like that. Like, America is they teach you everything, but you have to know here is more of like, it's it's like athleticism is involved a lot here,
Exactly.
and then it's a little different.
Mhm.
Is that what you were asking, or like
Yeah. Like I just know that they always say that like a lot of players that come from Europe and other countries, they always say that their fundamentals and their like overall technique gets better when they come to America. You know, that the coaching quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's I definitely I don't know. You know what? I won't say coaching, but I said that like it's just a basket. America has the best level. Like this
The
is
highest
this
level.
is the highest
In
level.
terms of players as well, correct?
Players,
Would you
of
say?
course, like they definitely
Yeah.
it's the highest level. Like everyone is modeling the game after like the NBA. NBA is obviously the best league in the world. So
Yeah.
so you can't be there. So this is the best place to be for basketball for sure.
Yeah. So at what point did you start getting recruited by schools such as South Carolina and Florida and other schools like that? At what point in high school did that start happening?
So that's funny. So when I came here, my first game in America here, I had like 3 offers right away. First game. So I had my first offer from University of Baylor University
Yep.
in Texas, and Texas A&M and UTEP. That was my first game.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Dude, I had like 22 rebound. Yes, like I had 22 rebound, like 7 blocks, and like like 15 points, something like that.
Yeah.
But like people like you see 15 years old rebounding like crazy like that nonstop, man. Like they were like we gotta give him offer, man. Like I was right there. I was like ranked like top 15, top like it was like it was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So from there I started getting offers everywhere. And then going to my sophomore year, I went to camps. I don't know if you guys know, like I went to like few camps. I went to like you guys probably know, like it probably doesn't exist now. Do you know what is like Nike Global Challenge?
Oh yeah. Like the camps that they set up for the player, like high
Yeah,
school
so
players. and
Yep.
such.
yeah, but this is I don't think this exists again. This is like one of the biggest one.
But they might have they got rid of it.
Yeah, no, I think it's not there anymore. There's Jordan Brand Classic, but
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
Nike Global Challenge, and so this what they will do is they will get the best talent in America. So I played against Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown,
Wow.
yeah, Jalen Brown, and then all these guys. I know all of them basically too. Like we all play against each other. So they will have like this is what they did. They get the best players from Africa that are here, and they make Team Africa, and they get the best player from the east side of America, and get the best player from the west side, and kind of like the northeast, whatever it is, and then form 2 American teams, and then kind of like just it's an all-star game basically, man. And then we go, and then I think there they had like China. It's funny story. Like they had China, and they also had like one team from Brazil. And we went there and played. It was a funny, like it was really cool, man. Like there was a lot of people there, man, that are in NBA right now. Like it was really cool.
How was it playing against that talent?
Dude, it was amazing, man. It was really cool. Like I remember, man. All I knew how to do was like again, man, my athleticism, man. I didn't know about scoring anything. All I cared was like at that level, it was like it's like. When you play in that level, you have to know, you have to be good at what you do. And mine was obviously my athleticism. So I was just out there blocking shot, man. Like, like I think I had like 1 lab, and then, I dunked out, but, because I was very young. I think I was a freshman or something. So, they were just letting the other guys play. But when we play against China, man, it was bad.
Bad?
Man, it was bad. You couldn't beat us athleticism like wise. Like we very athletic. But like, if a team can shoot, we don't have an answer. We didn't have an answer for that.
China where they can shoot?
Yeah, man. Africa. So this is the thing. Our coach was like, hey man, I don't know if I can say this. Maybe you guys can cut this part off. Like he was like, these guys, don't worry, man. The Chinese have small eyes, man. They don't see well. and we believe him, man. Man, these guys weren't missing.
They weren't missing.
No, dude.
Oh
Like
my
they were
God.
coming, like not even touching it, like nothing but net, man. So,
Wow.
Yeah,
I
man.
didn't know they were lethal shooters like that.
no, they can shoot, man.
Wow.
I'm talking about they can shoot and they play together.
Uh-huh.
So that's the thing. So you also have to, maybe later I will tell you guys about it in the Mid Africa Sport Pyre.
Mm-hmm.
But like, those guys love basketball too.
Mm-hmm.
And they really practice it and they know, like, you gotta see, a lot of people know the fundamental of basketball. They learn about the game. They learn it. But America, you just have like raw, like you have people that have like a raw talent, like, that just knows how to like look at Kevin Durant, man. Like, this dude is 7 feet and then he can dribble,
Yeah,
do
he
all
can
these
shoot.
kind of, like, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
like you don't see many people like that. Like,
Yeah, Giannis, he can kind of do anything.
Giannis, look at him, like, like obviously he was good,
Yeah.
in Greece, but America changed his life, like,
Yeah.
so it's just, the game is really different. Yeah, but when I play, and I also went to top 100 camps.
Mm-hmm.
So top 100 camp is basically, they just kind of like get like the top 100 players in America, in here, and, we go for the camp. And it was really cool. So I remember there was like, you guys, I don't know what player you guys like, who's you guys' favorite player that is like under like, 25. I probably know all of them. I probably like, not the new guys, but like the one that are like from 20, 22, 21.
Like
to
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, you said you
okay,
knew.
Jason Tatum, I know him. Ja wasn't ranked like that, man.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
wasn't.
know.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah.
Trying
Trying to think all the ones that were ranked. I mean,
Yeah, trust me, I know all those
All
guys.
of
them.
Wow.
You guys should have probably went on my Instagram and looked at my followers.
oh yeah, well we
Yeah.
did to a certain extent. We saw some of the people that we saw. I mean,
Anyone that you saw, they're all my friends. They were
Yeah.
all like, we're very close. Like, like PJ Washington. I don't know if you guys know who.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
PJ Washington.
Me and him, we went.
PJ Washington.
Yeah, we all play. We
Yeah.
went to at Nike. Top 100 camp
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah, Nike.
Wow.
I saw I guess you have a good relationship with Jonathan Kuminga.
Jonathan Kuminga is not my friend. So like a lot of people think he's Jonathan Kuminga is like my little brother. I consider, we're friends, but it's like I consider him as a little brother. Jonathan Kuminga's older brother and I are friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we play together. We were just in Orlando together just now. 2 days ago, I was just eating at Jonathan. His mother and father, his parents called
Wow.
me, invited me over. So I
Wow.
was just eating African food. I'll show you guys the video later.
Yeah.
So, it's we really close, we like family,
Uh-huh.
but he's like a little brother to me.
Uh-huh.
Like he's my older brother, that's my friend, So Jonathan Kuminga, before the NBA draft, we had him in Orlando and we were all working out together, training together. He's talented, and he also works really hard. He knows what he wants, and he's the next generation African. Like, not many Africans come here with like being able to handle the ball and dribbling and stuff like that and shoot. We all come here because of our athleticism, but he's different.
Mm-hmm.
He has the athleticism and can dribble and understand the game.
So, moving a little bit backwards, back to like your recruiting process.
Yeah.
Like, how did you eventually end up going to South Carolina? How did that how did you end up making that decision over? You had a bunch of other offers obviously on the table. So what made you choose South Carolina?
So for me, because like when I came here, like I said, I had a mentor. I had somebody that was kind of like guiding me through things like that. So the place that I wanted to go to was UF. Actually, I was talking to the coach, and they called me every day and told me they love me, and So I wanted to go to UF, but the guy that was kind of mentoring me, he was like, "Hey, look, man, you don't know nobody at UF. I don't know nobody there, So, he was kind of close to the coach from South Carolina. He said he knew him, and
Frank Martin, right?
Frank Martin, exactly. And then actually the thing is my high school coach and Frank Martin are like friends. Like they
Wow.
started, they started coaching together. Like,
That's cool.
they were all under a guy in Miami named Shaky Rodriguez. So, rest in peace, he passed away, but he was like a legend high school coach in Miami. Everybody knew him. So they all worked for that guy. Frank Martin's son and I are very close to Brendan Martin. So, yeah, so I went there. I always looked at, like, other stuff. I wasn't only looking at basketball. I was like, you know what, I want to go study business. And my goal was to study international business. And South Carolina was number one at that, in the country.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what, this is really cool for me to go there and just study that. So I went there. Frank came and see me, like, like once every week. He took a private plane and came and visit me, so, I was close to him. Yeah, I went there because of that.
And then you went to UCF, correct?
Yeah, so this is the thing. I went to South Carolina, and then I was also under this NCAA investigation. That's the biggest thing, too. So it's like, because, they wanted to figure out, like, if I got paid,
Oh, by South Carolina?
Yeah, by South Carolina.
So what happened with that?
Oh, that's another conversation. That was like very... my father came here and visit. I was still going through that because they thought that, the guy, my mentor, my father, they thought that we signed something with him. Basically, if I make it, I will give him money or stuff like that. And obviously saw that when my father came here, he had some money on his bank account. So they were like, you know what, nah, I think he's not that case. But they end up like, letting my situation go, like, I think like a few days before this season started, before we play actually. So, yeah, that was a big thing, man.
So that was a big hindrance in your your ability to develop and get ready for the season.
Yeah, because I couldn't be with the
team,
and and then actually there was an assistant coach that got Lamont something. I forgot his last name, but he recruited me a little bit. Then he went to Oklahoma State. He got in trouble. I think he was facing some years in jail or stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you guys follow it. Like a few years ago, there was a big investigation about like college coaches, with all this, them giving money to players.
Yeah, there has been a lot of them that have been.
He was part of that.
Oh, okay,
he was part of that. Actually.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was and that whole thing was going around, and it just, I was kind of affected a little bit by that. Then and then when I went to South Carolina too, there wasn't nothing there but basketball. So I stayed there. I'm like, man, my life is not just basketball, man. I know I'm a student athlete, but I want other stuff to do outside of basketball. What is out there? There was nothing for me. I never really understood football. So I told my guardian, I told him I gotta get out of here, and I looked at other places. The coach from here actually called me because the assistant coach from here, he just got a job, and he went to FAU.
FAU.
Yeah, so so they wanted me to. The coach Mike White called me. He wanted me to go to him and stuff like that, and then I was like, nah, I'm going to UCF, and it was That's how I went to UCF. So UCF, actually, my best friend is Taco Fall.
Yeah.
So Taco recruited me there. Taco was like, come here, bro. We're going to have fun here. This is a good place. They like Africans and stuff like that. They treat them well. Because, not all Africans get treated well at all the school in America here. Because some people kind of abuses some of them. They know that they don't have much. And you can do anything you want. And they don't have nobody, kind of support them.
And you mentioned even as, when you played for South Carolina, you heard some stuff from SEC fans and such.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
You hear a lot of stuff, but, it just, but that's not for, I'm talking about, African as, coming from Africa directly. African American, as they call Black American, they usually have their family here. So, the parents can kind of talk to the coaches for us. we don't have that. Like when I wasn't playing at South Carolina, my mentor tried to call coach. He never responded to him, you know. So it's like you don't really have support.
Mm-hmm. So, I wanted to go maybe a little bit deeper into your relationship with Taco Fall and Mo Bamba. You know, all three of y'all were in our in a Orlando area at one point. All three of y'all have a good relationship. You have a good relationship with both of them.
Yeah. So Taco and my cousin was friends first, and my cousin. I don't know if you guys know Sheikh Diallo.
I've researched him.
Yeah. So
in the
he's
NBA.
he's my cousin. So him and Taco kind of like was in the same class because they went to different camps together. They know an African. One thing about us, when we see each other, we kind of like shake hands, like we create this family atmosphere, and then you know they knew each other, and I met Taco through him.
Mm-hmm.
So you know Taco and I, you know, we really close. But you asked about who again?
Mo Bamba.
Yeah, so Mo, I call him Mohammed. So Mohammed, that started when I came here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing a travel team in New York called Team Scan at the time. Now it's called PS Cardinal.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of like, we had all sorts of like, you know, talent there, man. So I was playing for the 16 and under, I believe. No, I was playing I think 16 or 17 and under. I don't remember anymore. I think it was 16 and under.
Mm-hmm.
And Mo was playing for the like 15 and under.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but I spoke zero English. So, you know, my coach told me, he said, man, we have one tall guy from, like, you know, he's from Mali. He speaks your language, but he's playing for the younger team. We want to bring him up so he can kind of, like, help you, you know, with your language so you can be more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so I said, cool. And then, you know, they brought in Mo.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so Mo and I was in the same team. And I thought Mo was my little brother, actually.
Wow.
You know, so we used to pray together. And then, you know, he was like, you know, you miss home a lot. Let me take you to my mother, so you know, so you can meet my mother. I told my mother about you.
Uh-huh.
So he brought me there. And then when the mother saw me, from there, she was like, where is your mother? And I told her, they home, Africa. And then she said, so you here alone? And I said, yeah. She was like, okay, look, I'm your mother now. So anything, I'm here for you. And, you know, she called me like once every week till now. Like, you know, she called me at least once every week.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's how we started that relationship. And then, you know, at the time, Mo wasn't actually playing. Mo was not even playing at the time on the team, you know, because, you know, he was good, but, you know, my team was loaded. Like, you know, we had another guy that plays in NBA. I don't know if you know Omari Spellman.
Yeah.
He went to Villanova.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so, you know, he played for the Warriors at Atlanta Hawks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now he's playing in Korea, North Korea, I believe, or I don't know,
North
South. Not for South. I don't know. It's one of those.
I don't think it's North. But
it's like, I don't think Americans messing with the North, but yeah. And Tremont Wallet, I don't know if you know who that is. He played for the Celtics.
mm-hmm.
He's a point guard, a really good guard. And then who does? Christian Vital. He's also playing what's it called? G League. It's a few guys, man. There's a lot of NBA players, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's a lot of NBA players that play on that program. So, yeah, that was in New York. So we become family, man, from there, you know. We become family. And then, so when I was transferred from South Carolina to UCF, and then, you know, that year, the draft, and then, you know, Mohammed went to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sitting in my room and then, you know, looking at the draft. I knew he was getting drafted, but I'm looking at it and then it's like, for the 6th pick or the 7th pick, the Orlando Magic select Mohamed Bamba. I'm like, what the hell? Like, you know, this is crazy.
Yeah.
How, like, you know, I come here and this guy just like, you know, my brother, or, you know, he just get, like, drafted by Orlando. Like, this is crazy. And then, bang. So, you know, he called me right after he got out of that room. He's like, bro, how far is your school from, like, you know, downtown Orlando? your school is in Orlando, right? And I'm like, yes. He's like, let's go. And then, bang. So
Wow.
he came in the next day, got an apartment. And then all of a sudden, he just went right away and then just like, okay, what's your, like, which room do you like, here or here? And, like, kind of like I already had like a room. So it's like, it was cool. So we have like a family relationship.
That's really cool.
Like, yeah. We don't call each other friends. We call each other brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You ready to get into the next topic? I was going to say.
Yeah.
But so we wanted to ask you how is it for Joel Embiid and Hakeem Olajuwon been a guidance for you and other young African players growing up?
Oh, actually, when I was in Africa, I never really knew about Joel Embiid, and I came in America, I think, around the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hakeem Olajuwon, and
That's the OG.
yeah, that's the OG. But guess what? I didn't know about him.
Wow.
Because when I was back home, like I said, I was street basketball.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't really know. All I knew was like Michael Jordan. People called me Jordan back home. Because I used to, like, when I played, I used to stick my tongue out, and then, like, I used to do all sorts of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I used to jump, stay in the air for a little bit, and then, it was crazy. But, I didn't know about, like, Mutombo and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
They actually didn't know about them, But the thing is, what I realized is where they come from, they have, like, impact there. Like, Mutombo is obviously from Congo.
Uh-huh.
Joel Embiid is from Cameroon. There's kids that are watching them there. Like me, there's other kids that came here. A few of them came here. They were like, when I left, they were like kind of watching my highlights.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of the inspiration for some of them.
Wow.
So it goes that way. Africa
That's
is
amazing.
huge.
For sure.
Africa is 52 countries.
So that's amazing, though, that you were able to give inspiration to kids that are growing up now.
Yeah. It's always like that. You're like, you have people from your city that watch you, oh, wow, this guy's doing this. I want to be like him. I want to be like him. So, it's just that.
And obviously, like, growing up in Africa, like soccer, there's other sports that are more popular than basketball, like soccer and other ones. So for, like, talk about that. So, like, how is it having, like, so many other sports? Like, how many are really playing basketball? And then also, like, is basketball, like, becoming more and more popular in Africa? And, like, is it going to continue to become more popular?
Yeah, so, Africa, nobody really play basketball right away.
Mm-hmm.
We all play soccer,
Mm-hmm.
because obviously we know that soccer makes more money and stuff like that. So everybody plays soccer and people love soccer. They understand soccer. Basketball is when somebody's really tall, they tell you, hey, go play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is in Africa. But basketball in Africa right now is growing fast. And, and we have a lot of potential. We have a lot of potential there to, get to this, like, same level as these big leagues are. Like, maybe not NBA right now because we don't have the financial and all those things. Right, but right now we have NBA Africa, and people are getting paid to play in the league. Recently I remember I had a friend that went there. He was getting paid $2,000 a month, something like that. That's not bad in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
In where I'm from, so it's growing. Definitely, it's growing. Kids don't have much access to big facility, nice facility to train and stuff like that, and then they don't have the right coaches and stuff like that. But if they do get those things, and those tools, I think it will it'd be interesting to see how African basketball will be within the next. I think it will be crazy within the next 5-6 years.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted you to maybe elaborate a little bit more on NBA Africa and, like, where that's kind of going in the future. And I saw, like, on your Instagram you posted up with, like, the president, like, or somebody, like, at the summer league with NBA Africa.
Yeah. So when I went to the summer league, I met Amadou Gallo.
Uh-huh.
He's actually he is the president of NBA Africa.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's called the Ball League. That's what it's called. So he's the president of that, and then the league they have. I don't know how many teams they have there, but they have teams from different countries. Like, like Mali has a team. There are Cal IS Police, and there's team from other countries that are like, not every country, but like the countries that are very developed, like basketball wise, they have like team. Usually they have team from there, and then they all compete. And recently it was in Rwanda, I think. Yeah, it was in Rwanda in Kigali, and it was pretty cool. So, yeah.
Are they working on some kind of like pipeline to a certain extent to get more like African players to the NBA? Kind of like how they've added the G League as an option.
The goal is to have to like, from when I talked to him, I think he also kind of like, he went to the guy. So this is the thing. He went to school in America here. He told me he went to a D2 school, played basketball, and stayed here at 21 years. Then went back home, started building a thing called Seed Academy. And, he built that in Senegal, so it's like they have a mix with foundation, basically helping Senegalese kids and pretty much kids from anywhere around Africa to, like, bring to America to get a scholarship. Pretty much that similar thing that we started doing it recently. And then he went to South Africa and then, brought NBA guys there for like the NBA Africa. I'm going to that actually too for like, I'll tell you guys later about that. But yeah, so his focus is really, he wants to really develop basketball in Africa. And to develop basketball in Africa, that means the talents of Africa must stay in Africa. So we're not going to say that everybody is not leaving, but like, we want to make sure they enjoy playing in Africa. Because there's money to be making in Africa.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So
it's interesting.
We can go ahead and elaborate on that. You said you were going somewhere with NBA Africa?
Yeah, so I just came in Orlando to see like my girl's family and stuff like that. So, and I'm going to Africa on the 3rd of Saturday. I'm going to Africa. I'm going to Mali. It's been 7 years. I haven't seen my family. Last time I went home was when I went to play for the national team in Rwanda. So 7 years I haven't seen my family. So, my siblings all grown up. So I'm going there in Mali for like, let's say 6 days, 7 days.
Okay, that's really.
And then, me and Mo Bamba, we going to Ivory Coast. We are supposed to go to Mali because he's half Mali. His mother's from Mali. But, with the government stuff, now Mali is working with Russia kind of thing. So we have a partnership with Russia. They're helping us with, like, security and stuff like that. And then America don't want to mess with it. So they send us an email saying that they don't want American people to go to Mali, basically, for security purposes and stuff like that. So he's not going to Mali. He's no longer going there, but we will meet each other in Ivory Coast. They're building like a court for him, a basketball court.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I think he's the only player from like that size, like, from Ivory Coast to be in NBA.
Oh, wow.
So they love him there, obviously. And he hasn't been in Africa. So we're going there for that. And also, right after that, we're going to NBA Without Border. NBA Without Border is basically like this is like a thing organized by the NBA guys. So they kind of get to see all the best talent in Africa before anybody else see it. So, it's going to be in Egypt. So that's where we're going for that.
So they're like scouting all the best talent in Africa.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
And so they want, when I go there, I will be helping them basically, kind of like, we all gonna be scouting. I don't,
How does that process even happen? Because I know a lot of players, like you said, play street ball.
So, talents, man. It's easy to see it. Like, when you basketball is easy, man. When somebody is over the rim, obviously, like, this kid can jump.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this is crazy. If somebody is fast, like, oh, shoot, this kid is fast. Like, you can tell those things. So I think for some reason, like, coaches see that and then, you see it,
Nice.
Yeah. And you always find a way to help people. For us, like, what we're doing, for us, it's not just basketball. I want people to get over that mindset of, like, don't not just think of, like, because basketball, you use basketball to get what you want. A lot of us, when I was back home, I wanted to go to America and stuff like that because I wanted to be successful, you know. And that success wasn't just making to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
That success was for me to just get out of my country, go somewhere else, learn as much as I can, and come back as a better man.
Mm-hmm.
And however that will be, it's not just all basketball, and it's not money. It's not just money. So it's bigger. It's always bigger than that. So you know, it's like getting a good education, because there's a lot of us. We come here and we get so like wrapped up about the basketball stuff. Not everybody make it to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to know that. And then if you know you're not making to the NBA or stuff like that, you gotta make sure you gotta have another plan. You can't just be drooling on one thing and then that thing's not working out for you. Now your life is a mess because your whole thing was in basketball. So I want to prevent that.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to help kids to get good education and then gives them option, because I think your freedom, to have a real freedom, you have to see options. You not just stick to one thing.
Yeah. So I wanted to get to you playing for Cal State Fullerton.
Mm-hmm.
Going from, like, obviously you've gotten the chance to actually live in some really good cities. Like, moving from Africa, you've lived in New York City, LA, you've been in Miami, Orlando. You've been in
Miami,
some of the best cities in the country.
Yeah.
But this season, or I guess last season with Cal State Fullerton, y'all were able to win the Big West.
Big West, yeah.
So talk, I guess, a little bit about that season. Like,
so what's it called? When I went to University of Cal St Fullerton, I went there with my friend EJ and Asoki.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to go there together, and our thing was he's actually from Nigeria too.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, you know what? He was like, we want to have fun with this, man.
Mm-hmm.
How about we go somewhere? We knew getting a scholarship wasn't going to be a problem for us, because we all offer something that maybe college, teams need it. So, all right, let's go to California. We just made our mind. We were like, and the coaches, they were recruiting us, so we just went straight to Cal State Fullerton. And, we told ourselves, hey, man, let's shake I don't know, I think we said this thing, let's shake the room or whatever it was. So he's from New York. He has all these things, let's shake the room, so we went there and we were like, okay, we want to make sure we won the championship here. We want to have a legacy here on and off the court. How do we do that? And then, we realized that, what, we got to get a team together because, those guys, last time they went to, the NCAA tournament, it was a while ago. And then, this previous season to that, they weren't doing well. So we were like, let's, have a lot of events. Let's take our player. Let's take the team, our teammate with us so we can go hang out and kind of get a, because we knew it was more than basketball, So we did a lot of hanging out and stuff like that. And, basically we went all, went all in, and basically whoever is good at what, contribute to the team, do what you're best at, and that, Last year, my role was more of a leadership, basically. I was kind of because obviously I went to UCF. I played against Duke twice. Because, when I was at UCF, we played against them, and then at Cal St Fullerton, we played against them last year, too.
Yeah.
So my whole thing was how do I share that experience that I had at UCF? How to get to the NCAA tournament, how to it's discipline. It's not just basketball. So, we kind of put things together. And EJ also went to the NCAA tournament because he went to Tennessee. So, and we kind of got the team together and told them everybody got their own role, do what you're best at, let's stick together, and then, it was easy.
Speaking of the NCAA tournament, we wanted to get your thoughts about playing against Duke and playing against Paulo Banchero, because I know we talked about him on the podcast.
Yeah. What do you have to say about him? Getting to see him there, you saw him in the NCAA tournament. What are your thoughts?
Shoot, right when I saw that, man, so you have to understand, with basketball, man, when somebody's like, how tall is he? Like 6'10"?
Something like that. He's really tall.
Yeah, he's 6'10", and then do you know how much he weighed? This dude is like probably like at least 265 probably.
Damn.
260. I mean, I would think they probably. I don't know if they're lying about the weight, but he's
on TV. Sometimes you can't tell that they're
Yeah.
that big.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
But they're
he's
huge.
Yeah.
huge, man. That's a big kid right there, man. And then you know, I think what makes him special is because you know with that size, wings can't guard him because you know he's too strong.
Mm-hmm.
And now the bigs can't guard him because he's too mobile, like he can move. So that's his advantage. And you know, playing against him, man, we thought he couldn't shoot, and he was knocking down shots. And then, you know, and then I didn't know. Actually, I got in a game like you know one time. I think I got in the game twice. So the first time I got in the game, I'm like guarding him. He went right. Like he went right by me. I'm like, hold on, man, how?
And it's crazy because you're really talented, so it's
like,
crazy.
You know, so I'm like, you know, this is like, I'm athletic. This dude is like, he's big, like move like that, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is crazy. But yeah, that kid is nice. But when I went to the summer league, I got to see him again because I went to the summer league and then scouted a little bit, and then you know I got to see him play live, and then I'm like, wow. This kid is, it's nice. Did
you get the chance to see any of the other top guys drafted and playing the summer league while you were there?
Yeah, I saw most of them.
Chet as well.
I saw all of them.
Chet Holmgren.
I saw all of them.
Plays for OKC.
We talked about a lot of them on the podcast.
Yeah, the skinny.
Skinny, he's tall. Yeah, the white boy.
Yeah. I saw him. He actually even played against my friend Taco.
Yeah.
Like before Vegas, they play in in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kid is special too.
Mm-hmm.
But what was the kid that was interesting to me was that kid that went to Louisiana, Kenny something. The big dude, the big one, like he's 6'6".
I know who you're talking about. I forgot his name.
6'6" with big stomach, man, and then, you know, can play. What was crazy is that last year we went to Vegas. I went there with my friend Mohammed. We went to Vegas, and that guy, I think he was with his father or somebody that was mentoring him. They came in our table, you know, and then the guy was like, yeah, man, you know, hopefully next year he get to be here, and it's crazy. That next year was this year. We saw him there. He was playing well.
Wow. So I was wondering a little bit about like what the atmosphere was like playing against Duke in that NCAA tournament game, because obviously like that's about as high profile as it gets. And last season was like a monumental one for Duke specifically because of Coach K it was his last go round.
Exactly.
So I was just wondering about like how that atmosphere was like getting to play in that packed stadium playing Duke 2 seed, you know.
Yeah, I mean it was really cool because there was a lot of fans out there. But like I said, that was my second time playing against them. So like, and then I went to big school.
So you were unfazed by it.
You were familiar.
I was familiar because I was used to playing against playing with like a lot of fans. So you know, so it wasn't like for me, yeah, it was just like another game, to be honest with you. Like I wasn't.
You wasn't thinking of anything of it.
Nah, but people I knew, there was a lot of things. People wanted us to like upset them, like beat them, and that was that thing going on. And then my friends were like kind of nervous and stuff like that. But to me, I was just looking at it as like it's just another game. Basketball is now you can't make it, you can't make it like more than it is. It just it's fun.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about your teammate on Cal State Fullerton, EJ Anasike. Anasike, yeah. I saw it was like the tournament MVP of the Big West. Talk a little bit about his game and what you like.
So EJ played when he was with us. He was playing small forward, power forward. EJ works hard, man. Like it was really, really hard. I think that's what got him to where he's at right now. He's going to Korea too. Yeah, to play. He just signed his contract probably like two days ago. He just texted me right just now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So so EJ, all I can say about EJ works hard. Like he deserves what he has because he works really hard.
Yeah.
And he's every day in the gym working. Basketball is his goal. He loves basketball, but his he's actually very smart too.
Uh-huh.
He got his what's it called, master degree. He's very smart.
Uh-huh.
We wanted to get into the Drew League, and what are your thoughts about NBA players playing in the off season?
Because obviously, like your teammate, a few of your teammates and EJ, they were playing in the Drew League.
Yeah. So the thing is, we all they play for the BBB team. Big Baller brand. Like,
LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball. We actually went to his house a few times.
You went there? Or?
Yeah. LeVar and I, we all talk. Like, we go to sit down with him, hang out with him. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, he invited us to eat. So basically, EJ, two of them were playing for LeVar, like not this year but last year. And EJ went and joined them and play with them. And what's this called? This year they all went to play for him, and it was I went to watch a couple games. It was cool.
I saw that he was specifically playing in the game that LeBron went and played. He was playing against LeBron when LeBron went to the Drew League and played.
No, but he did not. They didn't play against LeBron.
I thought I saw it on his Instagram.
No. He didn't play against.
Oh, he
LeBron.
didn't get to.
No, they played before LeBron.
Before. Okay.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that he didn't play against LeBron. No, he played against what's that dude's name? What's his name, man? He went to USC. He's from that area. The dude that played with LeBron, what's his name?
Westbrook?
There was another player that played with LeBron. You guys know who I'm talking about.
On the Lakers?
He's not with the Lakers. He's oh my God, what's his name? Because when LeBron went to play in the Drew League.
Oh, DeMar.
DeMar.
Yeah. So EJ played against him. But he didn't play against LeBron. But him and LeBron played in the same team when LeBron went there. So he played against DeMar, not LeBron.
Okay.
LeBron wasn't there when he played against him. Yeah.
some people would be opposed to NBA stars playing in the Drew League because they have the chance to get injured. What are your thoughts on that?
So this is the thing, man. I think LeBron showing up there, I think that was like, him kind of giving back to the community. Because the Drew League, you got to think about it like, the way I think they got a sponsorship from Adidas, and then the way they run it is like, basically it's a free entry, and this is like, DeMar, I think he's from LA area. I think he's from California. So, him having LeBron there to kind of like support something from there is like his community. That's a huge thing. And then you got to think about it, man. Everything is, at that level, everything is marketing for LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Like LeBron went there, I think he brought that shoes. I don't know the name of the shoes, but his new shoes, he brought that there and like bang, everybody like, he don't have to do no marketing. Like, just playing with that shoes there, everybody will go like, crazy.
Wow.
And I was right there in front of like on the court, like, and I like, on the sideline watching the whole thing, like,
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. I don't think there should be something against it, because these guys aren't there to like, they don't go crazy. They're not going hard. They just going there to kind of like just support the community and just basically give back to the community. This is all that is, and I think it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted to get into basketball verse, which was when I was scrolling through your social media. I guess you're partnered up with them. It's like NFTs or something along the lines of that.
Yeah,
Speak a little bit on that.
Yeah, so basketball verse is it's a play to earn, P2P. So play to earn game, and it's a metaverse for basketball. So the founder is actually my friend. So when I came to that school in Texas in high school, his name is Simon. So, he was a shooter. He's from Lithuania. And right when this guy came, man, he always sounded like a computer, man. Like, it's like, everything he does, like, he sounded super smart to me. And I was like, man, dude, you're not supposed to be playing basketball, man. Go study, or like, you be good at something. I don't know. I thought he was very smart because he always did math and everything. So he stayed here for a little bit and then, went back to Lithuania and became a software engineer. got into this crypto thing, the Web3 stuff. Him and his friend basically they kind of like they started like I don't know if you guys know exchange, crypto exchange.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They started there and then they
Wow.
those exchanges had like over $100 million in there.
Wow.
And they had like a game. One of his friends like started this game called D-Race. I don't know if you know. You guys are familiar with like a Web3, like cryptocurrency, blockchain? No?
A little bit.
Like maybe the basics, but not really.
Yeah, so they play this game. Like they created this thing that's called like D-Race. And D-Race is basically like a same thing, play to earn, like horse racing game
Mm-hmm.
that you can make money playing the game, basically like betting and stuff like that.
Nice.
In Web3, you make crypto, like you actually get income from like racing. So that game had over like 100 million to like they made a lot of money. So his goal was he's like, you know what, I like basketball. I want to take this to the next level. I want to create a basketball verse.
Mm-hmm.
So like metaverse, but basketball verse where you can play and earn money
Wow.
while playing the game. And obviously he wanted to make sure it's a game. You wanna he went and get like funding from different places. They raised couple millions, and then he contacted me. He knew that like I went to like different camps and all my friends are in NBA and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And I'm like he was like telling me a little bit about Meta Africa. What are you building? And then I told him a little bit about it, and he was like, so actually I need your help. I want to like kind of like I want in my game and his game he wants basketball players to be coaches. Basically, people go to them and then let's say he signed Mobamba. Mobamba is good at what? Blocking shot, rebounding,
Mm-hmm.
and shooting threes. So you can go in a game and then like how in 2K there's some game Fortnite where there's in game like tokens you pay with real money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like it's like so that you go to this player and improve your shot or improve your
Wow.
yeah, this you guys should check it out, man.
Wow.
Like it's going to build this thing and then it's amazing. So I basically had like a partnership with him. So obviously we signed some contract and stuff like that. So and then I had him sign few NBA players and then like few guys from overseas and stuff like that.
Wow. So y'all are really building, like y'all are going to continue to keep building on that and then continue to sign more NBA players and kind of.
Yeah. So exactly. So right now he has signed he's probably signed over like probably more than 10 players right now for sure.
Uh-huh.
He's going to keep signing them and stuff like that.
So I feel like the opportunities of something like that, it's kind of like an endless possibilities.
Of course, like, you guys have to see this. So like, as I always tell people, we are going in a different world, man.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to the Web3. We are going to like, do you guys know that like the video game, like they have more fans than like soccer and basketball. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
they have a lot of fans. So people are watching these things. So what that means is that like, we are. So what that means is that, like, we are going to different worlds. So basically that world is people are going to be sitting in front of screens and stuff like that and, doing multiple different things.
Uh-huh.
So his game will actually, it will be something interesting. So,
Especially for like kids growing up that want to learn how to play basketball.
Yeah.
yeah, like, not just kids, man. Like, people actually make money. Like, so with crypto is different world, man. This is another topic. So like they have their own token. And then actually I told him I didn't want money from him. I actually wanted a token from him.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him that. So the money that he was supposed to give me, we have put in a contract like I was supposed to get that in his token. And recently he told me that like, right when the game come out, the token that I was supposed to get is over like, that's a lot of money, bro. So it says. So I was like, wow, this is crazy because those things keep like going up and going up because of like when it gets like whenever the game get valued, the price of the token go up.
Of course.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's something that you guys should check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
So to get in probably the last topic, we wanted to talk about Meta Africa Sports and your involvement in that.
Yeah, so I'm a co-founder of Mid Africa Sport. So Mid Africa Sport is just like, this is just founded by me and my friend Mustafa.
Mm-hmm.
We just like, we are both from Mali, and then we have different ideas, and Mid Africa, it's a whole thing is Mid Africa, but Mid Africa Sport is like a subdivision of Mid Africa.
Okay, yeah.
So so that with Mid Africa Sport, what we're trying to do is we want to help we want to create a sport brand where we have a community, and like all these people that are we kind of mentioned, there's more people that we are friend with. We want to make sure we are all in the same community, and then we kind of help out kids, and kind of guide them and different things, man. We started helping. We bringing kids from Africa, putting them to school, and for them to get free scholarship, a high school. That's one. We also building a basketball course, and that gets interesting. We're building a basketball course because I had a privilege to be trained by the best trainers in America. So all these All-Star and stuff like that, they train with the trainers they train with in Miami and LA and stuff like that. I know all of them. So we are working on building a course where we teach they're teaching people about ball handling, shooting. Because imagine if I was playing basketball when I was 11, and then I knew the proper way of handling the ball or dribbling, shooting, where where would that have taken me? So that's the thing.
Wow.
So this is what we want to do. Yeah, and also we want to have camps in Mali where we not only, it's funny, so kind of I'm kind of doing recruiting also right now. I tell my teammates, I always tell them, hey, I will bring you to Africa. Sometimes they think I'm joking, but I'm actually really I'm going to bring them there because I want to make sure I give them an experience. They're going to be able to see Africa because most of my teammates haven't seen outside of America. That's going to be experience for them, and I want them, for us, when we go there, we can we want them to have being able to teach kids how to play basketball. That will bring that's going to change their lives.
Especially with kids that already have the athleticism.
Yes, exactly. And then this is another thing. We also we have this thing. We want to make sure we get this basketball course set up. So it's going to be online. And then recently, this is 2 years ago, I sent out 12 iPad to a high school in Mali to help kids learn the new technology and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so we want to make sure when we go there too, we can kind of put this course on an iPad, and we can have this kid compete and stuff like that, and then we give them these iPads and stuff like that with a basketball course in there. So the thing is, the problem we have back home, we don't have good trainers there. They don't know a lot about basketball. So these kids can go on these apps and see that, this is how you dribble, and the person that's demonstrating that is the best trainer, and then the person that is showing is probably one of their favorite player. We having we are gonna have this guy Taco Fall or somebody Jonathan Komiga or somebody getting trained, so they see that. That's going to be inspiration for this kid.
Wow.
But we doing other stuff with it too, actually, because we have a friend that is a big-time influencer in China, and then, he has invested for us. We want to build a course so we can teach basketball in China.
Oh, wow.
Because China is big market, man. There's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And, that's one side of it. And another side is also we're making videos right now of, all the kids that are from, Africa, anyone that we can get in touch with. We have, camera guy follows them when they go visit homes. And, we having, a YouTube channel to tell their story because people would love to see them. Especially the college that they go to, they are known there. People want to see their story, and we're exposing that. And we have a Mid Africa, what's it called, podcast too, that we're about to start soon. And you guys gonna obviously help me
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we have different things, man. It's a lot of stuff that has to deal with that. Obviously, we want to really like kind of like help kids from when they're young, that like very young to they finish college, and even help
give them an opportunity.
Yeah, gives them opportunity. Exactly, that's all it is about, man. You know, like I saw what it is about, and you know, I think I can help, and I've been helping. So it's just that, and
this will expand probably with other sports, including soccer.
Yeah, so it's not just basketball. That's
more than that.
It's not just basketball. Right now, we have 2 kids that are from Congo. That are, you know, they play football. They got obviously a lot of offer in California right now. So it's not just basketball, football, soccer. My other friend, the co-founder, Mustafa, he's big in soccer. So we just starting with basketball because basketball is easier for us to get started with. So we're going to get into soccer. We have different things, man, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what Mid-Africa sport is. But the other side of Mid-Africa is actually what we want to do. Like, you know, I'm interested in the real estate,
the rest of stuff, like the stuff besides sports.
Exactly, because you know, we use sport as a tool.
Yeah,
you know, there's bigger thing. You can only play basketball to certain time of your life.
Yeah,
like, you know, when you get to like when I'm 36, I'm not gonna be playing basketball. What am I gonna be doing? I'm gonna be spending time with my family. I'm gonna be doing businesses and stuff like that. And what are those like? You know, so that we want to make sure, like, you know, because, you know, we have a community. All these players, they invest their money. You know, they invest in different things. So we don't want to just talk about sport. We want to, like, make sure we invest in outside things, like, you know. So
cover more bases and, like, not like more than sport. Because, like one thing I picked up throughout the course of this interview, for you, it's always been more than basketball.
Yeah.
Even when you first came here, you had a really good opportunity for yourself. But I feel like you've always been showing like your selfless side and thinking about other people, putting other people first. Yeah,
it's all about that. I think that's really what our community is about, and that's what Mid-Africa is about.
Exactly.
You know, because Meda, I don't know if you know, Meda means Metropolitan. Because, you know, usually people think that Meda or Metaverse, they're thinking about that, but Meda is like, you know, it means Metropolitan. So, you know, it's not just basketball for us. Like, in Mid-Africa, it's the unity. I love unity. I want my people to unite, and then it's not just Africa. I want the whole world to unite. It's not just black, white. It's just we all one, and then we can all do it together if we all have one, like, you know, one vision, and that's what it's about.
Well, I think it's good to end it on that.
That's just what I was about to say. I don't think there's some truer words to end the podcast on. I guess. First of all, we'll just go ahead and thank you for coming on the podcast, because it's been a great having you on, and it's been something we were looking forward to. So I'm just glad we were able to get it done.
You guys are my brothers, man. I'm happy to be here.
For sure.
Know? Yeah.
So I guess we'll just go ahead and outro this one out. First of all, if you made it to this point in the video, thank y'all. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, all those good old things, and thank everyone for all the support on the previous episodes, and continue to run it up. And, yeah, that's all from me.
Yep, we appreciate you guys checking out our first interview. It was a wonderful time with Ibrahim. And
hopefully we can do it again pretty soon.
Exactly, and be sure to check out the reels and comment probably what was your favorite part about the interview, and I think we're good.
With all that being said, thank y'all for checking out this episode of the Shoot It Straight podcast. It's your co-host, Zach.
And I'm Blue.
And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Continue to shoot it straight. Peace.